why is it that you felt it was so important to use your voice to talk about bias in the workplace? So your TEDx talk, tell us what it's called and why you felt it was important for you to talk about this particular topic.
Yeah. Thank you. The TEDx talk is The Pain, the Paradox, and Power of Bias. And it's really everything that I've done in my life has led me to do that talk, right? It's somehow contributed to it. But it all started because I started my own company 3.5 years ago. And I focused just on training. And so I started doing a lot of training in this area of unconscious bias. Mm-hmm. I was already doing that before my company, but as I started doing more of it, what I realized was that I wasn't able to get through to people because the minute they heard that word bias, I could feel that they would disconnect from that conversation altogether. And so what I did to work around that was I started replacing that word bias with the word belief in my training sessions. So instead of calling it unconscious bias, I started calling it unconscious beliefs. And then all of a sudden, everybody was listening. Everybody wanted to learn more about how the brain works and all of this stuff. And I was like, holy crap, this is powerful. Like everybody needs to understand their own biases because they're normal. Mm-hmm. And how do we normalize that conversation? So that led to my decision to want to do the TEDx talk, was to just change that narrative on that word. Right. And then in the talk, I talk about, my story, my own personal story of what I've gone through and also, how my story had this twist in it that I don't think most people would imagine. And so I really, really enjoyed doing that talk. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. And I learned so much about you from that talk. And I loved your story. So thank you for being so vulnerable and then, sharing your knowledge and your insights.